Chapter 7 False Charges. They dragged me down the street, and soon enough we arrived at the gates of the castle. I was still in my underwear. The knights kept their spears trained on me as they led me to the audience chamber. The king and his retainer were there, both looking very grave. And then, mine! Ren, Motoyasu, and Isuki, and the rest of their parties were also there. And I called out to her. Mine ran behind Motoyasu and made dagger eyes at me from behind his back. What the hell, mine? What the hell, mine? Everyone was glaring at me like I was some sort of criminal. You mean you don't remember? Motoyasu stepped forward and interrogated me. What are they talking about? What do you mean? Remember what? Hey! Motoyasu was wearing my chainmail. So it was you thief? Who's a thief? I didn't know you were such a scoundrel. A scoundrel? What are you talking about? With my outburst, I realized that the audience chambers were beginning to feel rather like a courtroom. We will now hear the charges against the shield hero. Charges? But mine was sobbing. The shield hero drank too much, and he came bursting in my room, and he had me down and what? He held me down and said, the night was still young, baby. And then he started to rip off my clothes. Mine was sniffling behind Motoyasu, and she pointed a shaky finger in my direction as she spoke. I screamed as loud as I could and ran from the room. That's when I found Mr. Yotoyasu, and he saved me. Huh? What was she talking about? Last night, right after mine and I split paths, I'd gone straight to sleep. That was why I didn't remember anything. I felt bad watching her cry, but I was too confused to make sense of what was going on. What are you talking about? I went to bed right after I finished eating. Liar! If that were true, why would mine be crying like this? Why are you speaking for her? And just where did you get that shiny new chainmail of yours? They'd all just met yesterday, right? Last night I went to the bar for a drink, and I was sitting there alone with mine. Came running over. We had a couple of drinks together, and she gave me this chainmail. She said it was a present. Say what? I could tell that it was my chainmail. Granted, mine could have had her own chainmail and given it to Motoyasu, but it seemed suspicious, at the very least, considering that my own chainmail had gone missing at the same time. Talking to Motoyasu would get me nowhere. I decided to speak to the king directly. That's it, Your Highness. I've been robbed. My money, clothes, equipment, everything but my shield has been stolen. Please bring the person who did this to justice. Silence, scoundrel! The king ignored my plea. Any act of sexual aggression committed against the people of my kingdom, whether by barbarian or hero, will be punished immediately by death. But this is all a mistake. I didn't do it. I had an inkling the first time I saw you. Of course you would sully yourself, you little demon. Demon? What did I do? Of course things turned out that way. I felt it immediately, that you were a little different from the rest of us. Me too. Even at that, though, I never thought you'd stoop so low. You must think you're somehow entitled to whatever you want. This is all about you. This isn't all about you. Show some respect. All of them were already assuming that I was guilty. I felt my blood boiling. What the hell was going on? What the hell? What the hell? I didn't even know what they were saying. I never did these things. Why am I being punished? I look over at mine in desperation. Apparently, she thought that no one else could see her because she stuck her tongue out and mocked me. Then I understood what was happening. I glared at Motoyazu. I could feel hate churning in my guts. I jabbed my finger in his direction and found my own voice booming out in the room, louder than I ever expected myself to sound. You! You had your eyes on my money and equipment, and you made this all up to get your hands on my stuff. Who would believe the words of a rapist? Motoyazu stepped forward, hiding mine from my view, and stuck out his chest. He was playing the role of a brave hero, protecting a defenseless and victimized woman. Liar! You had your eyes set on my money and equipment from the start. You and your little friends had a meeting about it, didn't you? Here's what happened. Motoyazu had whispered all of it to her when we first met at the castle. He told her I was a weak class, sure to lose. She convinced me to buy her good equipment. After she had gotten what she wanted, she'd steal the remaining money and equipment and ran to the castle as a victim in in an invented story. They'd have me killed off, and then they'd get away with everything. That was their plan. Besides, mine always called me Hero, but she called Motoyazu by name. If that wasn't proof enough, I didn't know what was. In this world, I guess one hero was enough. You come from another world and treat your companions this way? You're trash. I agree. It's very difficult to sympathize with him. So Ren and Yusagi had no qualms in throwing their lots in with Motoyazu. Of course, they had all been in cahoots from the beginning. The shield hero was weak. They wanted to get rid of me and increase their own standing in the process. They were disgusting. Could they be any worse? Thinking back on it, it seemed like no one, not even the people from this world, had shown any desire to trust me. But why? Why should I have fought to defend the rats? I hope the whole place, the whole damn world, burned to the ground. Fine. I don't care. Just send me back to my world and call yourself a new shield hero. That'll do, right? Another world? Ha! What a joke. Why did I have to spend my time in such a crappy place? Things don't go your way and you decide to turn tail and run away. How weak. I agree. You have no sense of responsibility or justice. You ignore the tasks you've been entrusted with only to attack a poor girl. Just terrible. Get out of here then. Go home. We don't need people like you here. I was glaring at Ren, Yusagi, and Motoyazu as if I could kill them with my eyes. This was supposed to be fun. But they had ruined it all. All right already. Send me home. The king simply crossed his arms and frowned. I would very much like to send you home, but the ways of destruction will not allow it. New heroes can only be summoned once the original four have all died. This is what the researchers say. What? But you're kidding, right? Finally, the three of them seemed surprised by something. There was no way to send us home? You mean we can't go home? Give me a break. Let me go already. I broke free from the knights and their spears. So you're going to resist, eh? I'm not going to get violent. One of the knights hit me. His fist made a good sound, but it didn't hurt. It didn't even irritate me. The knight, rather, seemed like he hurt his fist. He was cradling it like a baby bird as he stepped away from me. Well, what's it going to be, your majesty? What's my punishment? I swung my arms to get the blood flowing again. At the current moment, you are our only defense against the coming waves, and therefore will not be punished. However, your crimes are already well known to the people. That will be your punishment. I doubt very much that you will find work or help in our country. Ah, thank you very much. So I was to level up and fight back the waves of destruction. We will summon you in another month when the waves approach. You may be a criminal, but you are still the shield hero. Do not Do not skirt your responsibilities. Shirk. Do not shirk your responsibilities. Got it. I'm weak. Is that it? Better hurry up. Clink. Yes. I remember the stash I'd hidden in the back of my shield. Check it out. This is what you wanted, isn't it? I removed it from its spot. It was the last 30 pieces of silver I had. I threw it forcefully at Moriyazu. What are you doing? I didn't expect him to deride me for filling his pockets further. I left the castle through its gate, and as I made my way down the street, the crowds of either side of me pointed as they whispered among themselves. Gossip moves fast here. Better be careful what I say and to whom. The whole world looked awful to me, hideous, and so I lost respect, trust, and money. Just as my adventure began, I lost it all.